All right, we're bringing you guys on a road trip.
Road trip.
It's a 25-minute road trip, but I'm not telling you where we're going. But I have Life with the Cost gym last week. You got one?
Count up the cost. Be consistent. Be consistent.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. So last week, I don't know if you guys. Well, two things. Last week, I don't know if you guys remembered that we were starting to tell you guys about our getting ready to go camping journey. Mm-hmm. We got the stove working. We got power. We can shower and stuff when we're out and about. We got our date set for our first camping trip. Mm-hmm. We have to figure out how to drive the thing.
We got this. You know me, I just try to take off.
All the YouTube videos have said, drive slow because you're driving a little home. So drive in the slow lane. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to get people pissed off if you're not speeding.
Yeah.
And all of that. But one of the, if I'm not looking at the camera, guys, because I'm driving, we have a tripod. Aaliyah conquered her fear of getting underwater. It was a gently nudge. The lifeguard asked me, it's her last class in this part, do you mind if I help her get underwater? So the lifeguard helped her. She did it twice. The first time Aaliyah screamed and went nuts. And then the second time, she did it and she was going to go nuts. But I ran and I started jumping like, oh my gosh, you did it.
Did that work?
You did the super challenge, oh my gosh. And she got under it. So today, I forgot the exact title name that quick.
Oh, sorry about that.
Raising kids in a purpose-driven home. And the latter part is while fulfilling your own dreams. That's a lot in that. Mm-hmm. So, does that help? I don't know. What do you feel? What's your take on parenting? I'll tell mine.
My take on parenting? The reality, you know how they used to say, you don't get no handbook for this.
Don't.
Like, I feel like I know what that means now. Like, I got the t-shirt. Like, you know, the saying, people say, there ain't no handbook for parenting or whatever.
There isn't.
Yeah, no, they're right. But I do feel like I got a couple t-shirts. They got a couple bullet holes in them, couple cuts in them, couple stains on it.
Is it different parenting for the second time than the first?
Yeah.
Like a big difference where it almost feels like it's totally new?
Yeah, it is totally new. First of all, we have multiple dynamics in that. Like, we have a going on 20-year-old and a 6-year-old. That is vastly different lives. And so I am definitely not the same person I was having a child 20 years ago.
No.
Versus having a child 6 years ago. You know? And your girl is a little seasoned. I got a little seasoning on me.
You're not that old yet.
Little Cajun seasoning.
You're not that old yet.
But you like it, okay?
We had a lady we just knew that had a baby at 47.
47. That is not going to be me. But
we don't want you to have another kid.
Yeah.
Like there's no desire.
Yeah, I was like, girl, kudos to you, boo. But yeah, it's a difference. It's a big difference. I'm not the same parent I was to our oldest versus our youngest.
So for me, my take is different because when I started parenting Nye, she was already 12.
Right.
And then a year later, after us being married, Aaliyah came. Mm-hmm. So I had a 12-year-old and now
a newborn.
Parenting's hard.
Yeah.
I probably say parenting is the hardest thing in life.
Yeah, I would agree.
So when people be like all like cheesy and happy about parenting, I'd be like, am I doing something wrong? Because there are good parts of it, but I'm like, it's always praying, always trying to brainstorm, always almost calming one of them down from an emotional meltdown, and all of that. But how do you put your dreams aside for the sake of the kids or the family? That's when I think where we see people either go all in on their dreams and the kids suffer, or all in on the kids and they forgot they had dreams.
I don't think you put your dreams on pause. I think you have to have a fluidness within your season and your family, because there's a marriage here, there's parenting here, there's the individual, and then there's these dreams.
That's a lot already.
That's a lot already. Those are like, you got a whole pizza with all these different slices to it, and it's like, I cannot consume this whole pizza at one time, but I can take a bite here and there. I can take a break here and there. I can turn the pizza, come back to it, warm it up. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. I see it as what season of life you're in and what piece you do. But I do know, like, I'm not going to say like I've gotten this always right. As a mom and as a wife, it is so important to not lose my own dreams as well. So I might not be able to go full-fledged, you know what I'm saying, face down into, because I'm a visionary. I have a lot of ideas and vision.
A lot. Jamaica almost had us buy a moped.
Let it go. You could be petty, yo. You could be petty.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna keep a notebook and like show all the ideas.
Nah.
And be like, I have to combat this every day.
But can you acknowledge that I grew? Like, the fact that I came and got you.
Yeah, that was a lot of growth. Cause before it would have ended up in the back of the trunk.
Yeah, I would have thought about. I would have called you.
I would have been mad. I would have been livid.
So I had saw this moped at a tag sale, and I had thought how many ways we could use a moped. Like, we could use it, or
we can't use it.
And so before I just went and made this offer, I called home. Well, I went home, and I asked my husband. I said, "Let me show you. What do you think?" And he said no. And I was a big girl. It was not a big girl. I was a big girl. I was like, okay.
There's logic behind me saying no, though. It wasn't like a...
Yeah. But you know what? Even if there wasn't logic, like, I trust you. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so...
Anywho.
He's talking about laying your dreams down. How do you see year 1 parenting and being married versus year 7?
Yo, he flying with that camper. Year 1 being married and versus year 7?
Like with parenting and like juggling dreams, children, and all of that stuff.
You know what I did? One of my biggest takeaways now at the 7th year of completion, right? That completion of thinking that it's all about these kids. It is about the kids. But it ain't all about these kids.
No.
And
I'm about to say something, but I can't.
But I think us having that healthy knowledge of that actually benefits them. Because without me and you, like, sometimes I'd be like, yo, it's me and you against them. But I mean, and I'm not saying that like we're against them, but it's like, if we gotta choose, you know how sometimes they be trying, well, dad said I could have this, or can I do this? Or they come to you, one come to you, one come to me, or whatever. We're a united front here.
Yeah, okay.
You
What
feel
y'all
me?
think?
Like, your request seems suspicious, and I feel like my husband already said something about
the
it.
little one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or even the oldest one, just on some, can I do this or whatever? And it's like, wait, didn't Drew say?
Yeah, let's.
We was doing this.
I think it's always seemed like it's like a hot or cold, not an in between, because children do take up a lot of space. They take a lot of energy and work. But I think they should see you go after your dream. I think it helps you actually do it more strategically when you have the kids. When you acknowledge like they're gonna be here forever.
Yeah. Well, not forever. They're gonna grow up one day.
But you're never gonna not be a parent.
Right.
Like, strategically go after it versus like, you know, when you have what is this called? Parkinson's law. when you don't have a lot of time, you actually get more done because you're more focused. So like, it's Parkinson's law is basically like if you gave yourself 2 hours to complete a task, it's going to take you 2 hours.
Okay.
If you said I only got 40 minutes, you would probably cut out the fluff and all the extra stuff just to get what you need done. I think that happens with kids. I've seen that a lot with homeschooling. Where like when Aaliyah was in public schools, traditional schools, we had 8:30 to 3:30.
Yeah.
Big gap.
Yeah.
Like, you do whatever you want throughout the day, like Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And then that gap closed.
Yep.
So
We found out real quick, like, yo, she not going nowhere. No, ain't nobody taking her to the gym. Ain't nobody take.
I had her today, and I literally said, I've just taught Aaliyah math, reading, language arts, history, and gym, and now I got to be her dad. And she don't see the difference because I'm like, I need a break. And she's like, let's go do this.
This morning I tried to listen, because we know, like, in the mornings that's you and her time, right? When I was walking by the door, I just saw her jump on your back. I was like, wow. You sitting there, I heard you like, hey, it's for Apple. I'm not saying that's what you said, but you're like, hey, come on, and she's just jumping on your back. I was like,
you learn. I don't want to go too much into the school thing because I can go on a tangent, but
yeah,
I've learned that kids do not learn by sitting still.
Yeah.
They learn by moving and playing, and I'm like, I'm gonna lay down when I'm doing this part if you're gonna be doing all that, because I don't got the energy to be doing that. But you learn that I don't think God tells us to give up our dreams. It's more so also too, what is God's dream for us versus just what our dream is. We've learned that with the Range Rover.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing wrong with having desires, but when that desire becomes like your priority, you'll abandon your family and your kids. And we've also seen that too. I've seen that with having Conquer in the beginning of our marriage, where it's like, no, a bunch of these hours can actually just go to the family. You probably can make money differently and not be as stressed on both ends. Versus like, I've always had a dream of owning a big gym, so I got to keep chasing that. And it's like, what's gonna last in the long run? What's gonna be the thing that sustains the family, and the family be like, mom and dad was present?
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be in tune with your long-term goals, because the short-term goals inform the long-term goals. Or, excuse me, opposite way. The long-term goals inform the short-term goals. And so a lot of times you're just chopping away at short-term goals, but have no idea what the long-range goal is. And then before you know it, you're like, a couple years done pass, and you're like, wait, what are we doing? And why am I so burnt out? Why am I so tired? And it just seemed like we just worked to pay bills, or, and I think that model is that's not God's model.
I think the thing that, we had said it before in one of the episodes about coming to the whiteboard and just saying what's going on, what might we need to like take off and stuff like that. Before you get married, you have your own long-term goal.
Yep.
When you get married, it's like you might have to like sever one of them, or you have to think like, why was this a long-term goal for me?
That's the thing. Like, when we're talking about raising kids in a purpose-filled home, so first of all, just even saying that.
Was that to that?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yep. Even saying, sorry y'all. Even saying that, just stay straight, hon, I got you. It reminds you of order and why God gives grace in so many areas when we bring him disorder. So like, let's just be clear, and it's no shade. God is a loving God. He makes mercy and provision in every area that we just went left when he was telling us to go right. I have a baby out of marriage, right? And so even bringing a baby or a child into a covenant marriage, right? That's not order in God's like in his order of how he desires to see family structure, right? But that doesn't mean that he won't bless it. So, but then you have to be okay with how God says, I need you to do this in order for you to get on the cycle of what it was that I predestined for your life. Like, you have permissive will to make the choices that you make.
My man's doing like 90 with that camper.
I know, right? Don't do that, baby, when we got the camper.
No, I'm like 40, 50. Yeah.
But that permissive will allowed you to make your own choices. You're not a robot. But God is the ultimate fixer-upper. Like, I just love that about him. But then are you willing to pivot in order for him to get you back on the track of your family? Because it's a new entity now. It's a new body now of your family when you get married. And so all of those dreams and stuff that you had before you were married and before you became a mom and all these different things, you have to reassess those things now. Doesn't mean that they can't come to full fruition, or doesn't mean that they won't come to pass, but you're going to find that some things that I thought I wanted, I really don't even want anymore. Like,
what do you think changed it?
I think I kind of grew up. You know, I think I got more exposure to things in life. Because sometimes you'd be like, oh, I want a house. You know what I'm saying? I want a house on a hill with a whole bunch of land. And then you're like, who about to mow this land? Who gonna mow the lawn on all this land? And you're like, oh no, you know what? I prefer a tiny home.
Or who wants to be? You don't realize sometimes our dreams. At the next light, take a slight left turn. Every dream has responsibility to it, but you don't realize sometimes like some of these dreams can be holding you captive instead of like you being able to be free to do certain things. I think getting into parenting and marriage, my first year was just like, bruh, I don't know what's going on. Like this is more than challenging. But in a purpose-driven home, take a slight left turn. You keep going back to God, and I believe God gives you, he starts to give you like a small blueprint, but you start to keep interjecting, like, no, it should be this way, God. Or he may be things like, hey, I want you to pull away from that. You're like, no, like this is the thing that's holding it all together. He'd be like, no, give more attention to the child right now, or something like that. How do you fight with that? I think that's the thing. I think we have to stop fighting with that, because marriage, that's the first thing that you need to learn in marriage is, you ready to die to self? Okay, first one. And you talk about purpose. The second thing you need to learn, or the first thing you need to learn in regards to your purpose, is you ready to die to self? Wow. Like, all right, now you want to have kids. You going that way? Yeah, you about to die. Yeah. You ready? Are you ready for the third death to self? You gotta be willing to die. And when I say die, like the things that once was cultivated, because remember, you're the sum total of your experiences. Yeah. Like it was you living with you for whatever amount of years, and it's like that immediately changed the moment that you had these changes in household dynamics. It's a big change, man. Yeah, so you have to be willing for everything to be up for review. And I think when we first got married, everything wasn't. Because, I wish I realized, like, when you go into this covenant, if you allow everything to be up for review, you won't have to fight as hard. Right. Like, you won't be sitting there fighting God on every that's what that farm's at. Fighting God on every turn if you just start to yield and be like, yo, I'm gonna have to do his will anyway if I'm gonna remain in his good, in his righteousness, and his grace. I wish I would have known that up front. Because I look now, I'd have been like, yo, certain decisions I made, I would have never had made that decision again. Or there was like 3 other better decisions staring, but just having your own will, your own desire makes you feel like, I set out to get this, I will not stop until I get it. And you'd be like, sometimes it's not even God. Yeah. Oh, a lot of times it's not God.
I'm just being honest. Sometimes people be acting like God's speaking a lot more than he is. I'm like, yo, tell me where y'all at, because how much you said God said this, God said that. I'm like, yo, I've been waiting for God to talk about this particular issue for a minute.
I ain't gonna front though. Certain stuff he a whole lot more though.
Okay.
There's certain things I'll be asking him. I'll be like, bro, I've been asking you this for a long time. Like, and I ain't getting no answer yet. And you speaking about something drastically different, freely. But I think as a parent, raising the girls, I quickly see how now how sinful I am. Because the amount of times like you watch your kids make stupid mistakes or just do stuff, I'll be like, I've done that to God. Not even just like blatant sin, but just like sin of just like, hey, I clearly told you to go right, and you clearly went left. Like, it wasn't like you misheard me. Like, you on purpose went left, and I didn't throw you away.
Yeah.
Or like, I forgave you. We gotta reroute. I forgave you, but we gotta reroute now. Like, I had it to be a lot easier. Like, but you was determined. Like, I'm gonna do this my way, 'cause this is what I feel, and this is what I want. Yeah. So having kids has made me see like the grace of God in a different way. What he be thinking about us? Like, he'd be like, I just told them to do 2 things. They're doing 30, and they're wondering why they're worn out. You're like, I gotta do it. He'd be like, no, I told you to do these 2 things. Things will yield all the results that I want you to have without the burden. My burden is easy. My yoke is light. You're taking on your burden. Yeah. And your yoke.
Yeah, that's how a lot of times when I know, honestly, even in parenting and just making sure, like, I feel like I'm being productive as a wife, and I'm being a good, just a good wife. I'll know that when that heaviness of feeling like there's so much going on, too much to do, blah, 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 it's when I am not yielded to what God is wanting right now, and I've done put all this pressure and all this stuff on. It's for something that don't need to be. It's just things I done came up with that I thought was the measure and the identifier as to, like, this is what a good mom looks like, or this is what a good wife looks like.
We don't have a lot of time, but when we created a business out of the 360.
Yo, again, here we go with the petty.
No, not petty. No, not petty. I said we. The pressure was, we were like, oh, this is something we can do together. It's fun. We
made a lot of money from the 360.
I think we could have made a lot more money with a different, simpler idea. I do.
Go ahead.
But
what was you gonna say?
We had turned this thing into a business out of gotta provide for our family, and this is the way. And God's like, you said it today, well, that the next business is gonna blow up. He's like, I gave you that for that. And like, we already started it, God. Then it started getting to the point where, like, if we ain't had no babysitter, we had to, like, one of us ended up going, like, you ended up going more eventually. We had to drive there. We had one time the whole thing in the car, stuffed in the car. The first time we did it, we were driving it in the rain, 45 minutes. People was about to crash into the thing. But the cool thing is, like, you learn.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, you learn to see, like, what does God really want versus what I want. Something I started praying recently was, from seeing Lee with homeschooling, is Aaliyah has 1,000 ideas every day of what could go right. I don't pick a lot of them, but I help her sort out what's the best idea, and asking God, is this me with this idea, or is this you? Because we have lots of ideas, which is nothing's wrong with that, but it's like we may act on those ideas at the wrong time, and it produces like bad fruit. Yeah. Or having that green banana, you be like, it's not supposed to be eaten yet. Like, just let it be.
Yep. You be trying to rush it. Ooh. That green fruit, you be like, oh, tomorrow. Put it in the sun.
And it's not. Let it. The Bible says, let patience have its perfect work. Well, guys, we are at our destination. We were this episode done. We had a busy, we have a busy week ahead, but we wanted to make sure we get this episode done. Thank you guys for showing love too. Somebody said something under one of the comments that was really really good. Make sure you subscribe. Let us know, what do you want to hear from us? Someone asked about like something like marriage counseling. I was like, we're not marriage counselors at all.
Yeah.
Not therapists. We know therapists, we know marriage counselors, but that's not the gift or the lane that God has called us to be in, so we stay clear of it.
Yeah, we testify. We'll tell you the truth. Feel me? But
don't come from no
how you
counselor.
apply that's on you.
Take that to you and your prayer. Be good, guys.
All
We're
right.
out here.
Come.